morning, grade 3. Happy Sunday. Welcome to our new week of learning about India. As you can see, I'm just kind of chilling on my balcony in Mumbai here. So I thought I'd tell you about the learning that we're going to be doing today. Today's lesson is all about quality of life in India. So it's going to talk a little bit about the kind of jobs that people do. It's going to talk a little bit about the economy. So that means how India makes money. So what kind of things they do and sell to make money. And then you're going to read a letter from somebody who lives in India, and you are going to respond to that letter with some information about your family and how you live your life. So let's get started.
The kind of work that people do in India depends on where they live. Some people live in big, bustling cities with high populations, such as Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad, while others live in the countryside, where there are fewer people and they rely on agriculture. As we discussed before, India forms a peninsula, which means that it's surrounded by water on 3 sides, but still attached to a large landmass. This means in India, lots of people make money from fishing. There are different kinds of fish that can be found in the Indian waters. Some of them you might recognize. First, we have anchovies, and salmon, and barramundi, and mackerel. If you live in the countryside, you will probably be farming and raising animals. This is called agriculture, and the agriculture sector is the largest employer in India's economy. That means it has the most people working for it. So lots of people are working on farms and raising animals. Some of the crops that are famous in India are rice, wheat, which is used to make bread and pasta, pulses such as lentils and beans, potatoes, coffee, tea, and rubber. Here are some rubber trees. The sap is collected from the tree in order to make things like rubber bands and tires. India is also known for its many software centers and lots of people who work in IT with computers. Because many people in India speak English, India provides lots of services all over the world, such as IT services, software services, and support in call centers. It is a very fast-growing part of the Indian economy. Lots of people in India also work in the textiles industry. Textiles means that they're making clothing and material. The material they make has beautiful, bright patterns and colors. Some of this is called block printing. Here are some examples of what block printing looks like. When Miss Pia went on her trip to India, she experienced someone block printing. Here's a video.
Summer, the man is welcome. So he's not taking part. He's very precise.
Yeah, because he knows how hard we need to put on the cloud. This is what. This is for experience. If you ask me to do.
Grade 3, it is now time for you to have a go at filling in the blanks on this page in your workbook. The answers are down below, so you can look at the words. They will give you clues to help you. Read through the text and then decide which word goes in the empty space. You can pause the video here. Here come the answers, grade 3. Follow along as I read the text. Since there are so many people living in India, there are many different kinds of jobs that people do to earn a living. The kind of work that you do would depend greatly on if you live in the city or if you live in the country. Since India is a peninsula surrounded by water on 3 of its sides, it makes sense that many people fish for a living. If you live in the country, raising animals and farming are common choices. India is known for its many software centers. Many people work in the information technology field using computers. Many people in India work to make clothing each day. Another word for this is textiles. Even though the economy is improving in India, many people live in poverty. They remain poor while those born rich remain rich.
Hi, grade 3. Good job on filling in the blanks in that little bit of information about jobs and the economy in India. You know, I was getting a bit tired of Mumbai and it was busy and noisy, so I thought I'd come out here to the countryside. So now I'm chilling in my farmhouse. You know, I said hi to the cows on the way in, and I'll probably go and do some vegetable picking and fruit picking for dinner. Yeah, I'm really happy that I came to the farmhouse because now it gives me a chance to tell you about your next part of your learning. So, my friends, if you turn the page in your workbook, you are going to find the next part of our learning. I will show you what that page looks like now.
Grade 3, please follow along as I read this letter to you. Life in India, told by Vani. Dear Grade 3, hello, my name is Vani. I'm 12 years old and live in New Delhi, India. I'm the only girl in my family. I have 5 brothers. Do you have any siblings? In my flat, there are 12 of us, and we love to spend time together. My Dadiji and Dadaji, father's mother and father, live with us. Do you have any special names for your grandparents? Some of my aunts and uncles live with us as well. What is your household like? I will tell you about my dream. It is to go to school and become a doctor. The problem with my dream is that you have to spend lots of time in school to achieve it, and I do not go to school. I went to school until I turned 11, but now I stay home and help the women in my family around the house. My brothers have continued in school as my family believes that they will need to support a wife and family one day and will need education to find a good job. My family would like me to be married soon. Maybe when I turn 16 or 17. What is your dream? Tell me about life in your country. Santi, Vani.
Okay, boys and girls, now that you've heard Vani's letter to you, I would really like for you to respond to her. So on the next page in your booklet, you are going to write a letter and answer some of the questions that Vani had for you in her letter. So one of the first things she asked you was about your siblings. Now, the word siblings means your brothers and sisters. So in your letter, please make sure that you include information about who lives in your house. And if you have brothers and sisters, who they are, what are their ages, what are their names. Maybe you could tell me and Vani a little bit about your brothers and sisters, and you could tell me about your mom and dad a little bit. I would also really like you to answer the question that Vani asks about your dreams. So I want you to think about what you'd like to be when you grow up. Do you have a profession that you'd like to try? A job that you want to do? Maybe you want to go to university. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to be a mom or a dad. Maybe you want to have a big family. Maybe you want to be a millionaire. Lots of things that you can think about. And I want you to share that with Vani. Now, I know that Vani didn't ask for this information, but I would like to see if you could include something about the UAE economy. So maybe you could say that there are lots of people who live in the city and they do different jobs and they come from different countries. That would be enough. Or maybe you want to say that there's lots of tourism in the UAE. So people come here and visit, and that's how our country makes lots of money. Or you might want to say that the UAE has lots of cultural experiences that people like to come and visit and experience. And that's how we increase the value of our economy. So I want you to think about something about the UAE that you could share that would explain to Vani what it's like to live here and how our country works here. Okay, so there are 3 things to include in your letter. First of all, your family and your siblings. Second of all, your dreams for the future. And third of all, something about the UAE and the economy. So like you learned about India with the farming and the fishing and the agriculture and the textiles and the computing, I wonder if you can find something about the UAE and how our economy grows in the UAE. You might have to do a little bit of research on the internet, or you might ask an adult in your house to tell you what kind of things the UAE does to boost the economy. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing your letters. Please make sure that you submit them to your teacher on Class Dojo today. Your letter is your only submission for social studies today. Okay, so we're excited to read them, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and learning some more things about India. Bye, grade 3.